There we go. Think that'll do it. Maybe. Find out. There it is. There it is. We did it. Just annihilated all the people who are watching the previous stream, but we are back. It's so unpleasant. You guys have no idea. It's like if you were doing a one-person theater performance, but if any tech issues whatsoever happened, suddenly your entire audience is gone. You know? Like it's one of the worst feelings. The hell happened? My streaming software decided to fuck off and die. So I restarted my computer, and hopefully that fixes things. I don't know if it will fix things, but we'll we'll do our best. See how this all goes. Copy striked? I wasn't copy striked. Copy struck. Why computer? Why? Yeah, I don't know. I was too late to warn Jack. To warn me about what? Were you an employee at Jurassic Park? That is the vibe I was going for. It didn't show up on YouTube? That is very odd. Okay, but it's live now. So I guess we'll just do what we were doing. Well, folks, do hit that like button because we lost all the momentum we had. And yeah, do the hit the like button. Go, go, go. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Oh, Jubilee always does that, Story the Bard. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click button. Click button. Hey, Conjugate Frogs. Jubilee's is it a copyright strike, or is it just like you can't monetize the content or whatever? I'm starting to think this stream is held up by a wing and a prayer. You have no idea how correct that is. After the stream, after my sudden departure last stream, because my internet died, the power went out, and also that broke my internet. So I only got internet back today after multiple days without internet. Oh, her entire video got copyright struck? That sucks. I thought the entire point of Jubilee was they loved having people like Hassan reacting to the content. But I guess they've changed their tune. Nocturnal8999, thank you very much for the gifted membership. Very much appreciated. First time here? Hell yeah. Welcome.
Like, I know that they even appreciate Hassan reacting to Jubilee, so I guess it's very confusing. Maybe they just like reaction videos when the reaction is entirely on Twitch. Who knows? Did you hear Jubilee called Tim Pool moderate? Well, yeah, they had him on the show. They have to let him frame himself. Makes sense. I mean, it also probably has to do with like creator size, you know? Wait, is this live? We are back. Anime Sidekick Gal, we are back. Tech issues notwithstanding. Um, we are back. And I guess, you know, since we're having a little impromptu intermission, we still have like a solid 20 minutes. Maybe that was a part one. Maybe that was a part one, Victor Marks part one. And we'll do a part two now. You know? Um God. Maybe we can pray the demons out of Jack's computer. Indeed, indeed. Folks, if you're getting anything out of this show, I know it says we've only been going for 8 minutes. Um we have been going for like 2 hours. So wait, has it been 2 hours? I lost my ability to wait, I can check. I have the ability, I have the power. And I do have the right. How long is it? Show it to me. We've been going for over an hour. So if you're enjoying the show, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do consider dropping those sweet, sweet subs and donos because you guys make this show possible, and I genuinely could not do it without you fine folks. So hit that like button, subscribe, and drop those subs and donos if you are at all able. Here you go.
Go, go, go. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click the button, click the button. Click the button, click the goddamn button. Click, 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 button.
There we go. Did I seriously miss the stream? No, we're just restarting it. We had the stream crashed when we were only an hour in, so we still got many hours of content yet. Shoot Bang, thank you for the $5 dono.
If you want more funny Colorado politics, you should watch this clip of Kyle Clark making the Colorado 01 independent look dumb.
When Democratic Socialist Milot Kiros, a fierce critic of Israel, won a stunning landslide victory in the Democratic primary over Congresswoman Diana DeGette in Colorado's 1st District, Dr. Shimon Blau rallied the Jewish community to gather signatures to put him on the ballot as an independent. Blau says that Milot Kiros contributes to anti-Semitism and that voters in Denver in November need another choice. While Blau has positioned himself as a moderate and
I can't wait. This is only 3 minutes long, but I can't wait to see the absolute pantsing that's about to take place.
Centrist, our review of more than a decade's worth of online writings by this newcomer to politics paints a different picture. Blau certainly holds liberal views on abortion and gay marriage, but much of his online writings could pass for any right-wing troll, mocking liberals concerned about Donald Trump, opposing Muslim immigration, and sharing far-right tributes to Charlie Kirk. In today's next conversation, I asked Shimon Blau about his claims now that he stood with Denver's progressives, sharing their values and opposing Donald Trump. Have you done anything that we would be able to confirm publicly that shows that you have voiced opposition to the Trump administration?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. But in fact, publicly, you have pushed back on the people who did push back on the Trump administration. When President Trump instituted a so-called Muslim ban in 2017, it blocked travel from several Muslim countries. The president's critics were protesting in airports around the country,
Yeah.
and you referred to those protests as, quote, everything that is wrong with liberals on full display.
Yeah.
In fact, your online writings show
Yeah.
a decade-plus stream of contempt for liberals,
Yeah.
particularly those concerned about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And you're certainly entitled to your views, but
Yeah.
now you're telling progressive voters in Denver that you're one of them when your writings for a decade plus show that what you've done is you've mocked them, made fun of them, and made clear that you're not one of them.
Yeah.
Who are we to believe?
I mean, I would have to go back and take a look at all of those posts, but definitely my views have changed over years. That's a very, very long time ago. And one of the things about listening and
Sure, I've had a very consistent set of policies and beliefs for the past 10 plus years, but people grow and change, possibly me.
growth is to be able to change one's views on things.
Let's continue to explore those views.
That
So
is
we
what
discussed your
growth means,
opposition
yeah.
to the liberal protests against the Muslim ban.
Yeah.
In 2015, you encouraged people to sign a petition against Syrian refugees being allowed into Colorado. That petition called Syrian refugees, quote, at best, a drain on an already strained economy, and at worst, a Trojan horse for radical Islam. What are your views on Muslim immigrants?
He looks so scared. Like, why? Surely you knew these comments would come up. Why are you looking so nervous about this?
I have no problem with Muslim immigrants at all. Yeah, I think this is a country of immigrants, and immigrants have contributed to our society.
Just not those immigrants from Syria, for some reason.
I would have to see the context of the time and that post.
You once referred to President Obama as Barack Hussein Obama. That's an obvious anti-Muslim dog whistle. Why do that?
That was not my intention at all. But I did have issues with
Kyle Clark throwing out the vocal fry. Why do that?
his relationship with Israel at that time.
Sure,
I
but
think there was issues with the Iran deal as well,
Do you
which I
think
did not
Baruch
agree
would
with.
talk Adonai his way out of this one?
I don't know what that means.
sure, you would acknowledge that calling him Barack Hussein Obama is, like, that's pretty obvious anti-Muslim.
That was not my
bigotry, right?
intent.
But they were your words.
Okay, but again, that was not my intent.
Okay. You have described President Barack Obama as the worst president ever. Is that still your view?
I believe that his deal with Iran was very, very bad. I did not agree with him on that.
On the topic of Israel, Shimon Blau sidestepped my questions about U.S. support for Israel. He says that he supports a two-state solution for Israelis and Palestinians. And Blau said he no longer believes what he once wrote, that Palestinians don't deserve their own state. He stood by his statement last year that all American Jews should prepare to leave the U.S. for Israel.
What? Wait, what? All right. Okay. This is just local crank runs for office. Local, like, absolutely batshit crank runs for office. We're gonna have to do that full interview, aren't we? Oh, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it, aren't we? Oh, how can I not? You dangle this in front of me, chat. How dare you all? All right. Well, consider this our preview for the covering the full interview with this guy. Congressional candidate for Colorado's 1st district. That's insane. Some more local tea. A lot of the local Jewish community is mad at Shimon Blau. What? Why? Why ever would you be mad at the good doctor? He's just, telling all Jewish people in America to flee for no reason to Israel. No, you gotta leave your homes. Leave your friends. Leave them. God. All right. We've been blessed with a new backrooms. I can't wait. Anyway, if you got anything out of this, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get organized, join your local Dems, join your local DSA, and folks, check out ImogeneOlivia.com, gender euphoric lingerie designed for the ground up for trans femmes, and you can find it in a link down below. Keep on going. And yeah, we're at part two. Part two of Victor Marx, the interview. No relation to Karl Marx, as far as we know. Cool. Let's go. Unintentional two-part clip.
So clearly, the statement put out based on your own poll by your own campaign was, as we would say in the UK, a load of old baloney, wasn't it? So it flies to your credibility that you would allow such a ridiculous poll to go out, supposedly illustrating your great dominance, when in the end you didn't win by 44 points, you won by 0.5% just a few weeks later. How do you explain that?
Well, that's the great point, is I won. As far as the two different polls, you're talking about two different polls. There were polls on the internet. The one that came out by Signal Group, there
are polls in a club near me.
Bona fide agency out of DC, and they did the poll. I think what changed at the last minute is exactly kind of the direction you're taking. It's an attempt to smear.
Yes, I have watched People Still Live Here by Kane Pixels. It's very good.
My character, my background, and a lot of money was spent to do that by both candidates and the Democrats. So I think that definitely affected the election night.
Yeah, I mean, look, Victor, I don't know you. I don't know if you're telling the truth or telling a load of old whoppers. I've no idea. I mean, there are some, you have to accept there are a number of outlandish stories in your life that you've talked about, which when people have tried to investigate them, they run up against a brick wall, right? So I don't think it's unreasonable, given you want to be governor of Colorado, that people are going, well, hang on, is this guy the real deal? Or could he potentially have fabricated dramatic stories from his early years to portray himself as a victim and garner support? I'm just saying what you know that's what your critics say. I don't have a view either way.
Yeah, and again, anybody who's run for public office, I understand that, but I think people need to understand, for 40 years, when I've shared and helped people and the things that we've done, it's never been challenged or criticized. People saw it for what it was, someone who overcame, a horrible past. And by the grace of God, I would say good counsel.
Yeah, but this isn't the same thing as 40 years of you helping people. It's not the same thing as, like, you going up and, like, helping someone out to get to a local soup kitchen. This is to become governor of Colorado. It matters to people whether or not you're telling the truth. Like, yeah, it makes a big difference in whether or not people can trust you to vest you with this kind of public authority.
Counseling, faith, time in the Marine Corps to teach me resiliency, an incredible wife of 38 years, 5 children who are supportive, now 5 grandkids, that I actually accomplished what people hope can happen for someone who has struggled. There was
but the problem is, when you talk about your accomplishments, you also can't point to anything concrete, right? Which just kind of makes this seem like a whole lot of bullshit. Like, you talk about helping a lot of people, you talk quite a bit about helping a lot of people, but when it comes to actually providing receipts, like, you can't. Come on, his wife loves him. I mean, that you know what? That's probably true. Good for them.
No benefit for me to come out in my 40s and talk about some of the worst things, or in my 50s. This was all well before any political campaign. And trust me, if I had political ambitions, none of that would have ever been brought out. So this is just me being transparent to help folks. And I encourage people, go to victor2026.com to learn more. They can find out about really what matters and why I'm running is to help the people of Colorado. I mean, 76% of people polled by the Gazette said they're not sure if they can stay in Colorado. That's a tragedy. We're ranked number 2 for crime, property crime in the U.S. We're on the brink of destruction.
What?
And with the Democratic Socialist Party, just starting to barrel through.
We're on the brink. I guess Colorado's about to be annihilated, folks, by the forces of, I don't know, demons or something.
If someone doesn't stand and take our state back, we are going to become a California. And I'll tell you.
Oh no! You'll become a California, one of the most powerful economies in the world? Such a terrible fate.
That's the saddest part. Because as I travel the state meeting with people from rural to even Democrats who are holding fundraisers for me, it is a horrible place that's turned into because of one-party rule. And that's why I'm simply stepping in to take the state back. I told people from the beginning, I'm not the best candidate, but I beat 23 folks out. And I did it by never using smear tactics, never attacking other. I just was quiet.
Yeah, never used any smear tactics. Ignore what he just said about the Democratic Party right before that. He would never smear anybody except, when it comes to the destruction and annihilation of the state.
With all of this, all the way up to Candace Owens.
Yeah, I mean, look, Candace, as you know.
Yeah.
Well, Candace, as you know, didn't believe you. I saw that interview. She also suggested that you may have been part of some plot or cover-up involving Charlie Kirk's murder. You hit back at that, but recently said,
"Oh no, we're going full nutso. Oh no. Oh God, I didn't know that he had done an interview with Candace Owens. That's too an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
Wicked people wanted him, Charlie, silenced and rejoiced at his death because Charlie boldly proclaimed the truth of the gospel and was willing to expose darkness and spiritual battle between good and evil. I mean, who do you think killed Charlie Kirk? Because there are a number of conspiracy theories about this. Do you believe it's the person currently in court charged with his murder, or do you think something else happened?
Well, I believe in the rule of law and evidence. I don't believe in speculation.
What? You can't say that! You literally can't say that! You believe in evidence, dog! You believe in evidence. The entire time you've been on this show, you've been making unsubstantiated claims. What? You've been making unsubstantiated claims and then talking about why it doesn't matter that you don't have evidence for any of it. Now all of a sudden you believe in evidence. Shocking.
Assumptions get people killed in what we've done, so I wouldn't assume, not knowing all the facts.
You're asking all the voters in Colorado to do that. Ah!
Present then.
I'm worried that Marx is going to lose. I hope he does. Oh, God. Anime Sidekick Gal, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
But I do know this, that what happened with Charlie is the manifestation of evil. And people celebrating his death from around the world, especially here in the U.S., versus those who love him, it shows that wickedness and evil is real. And I'm a product of God's grace. And when I say I like to pray for people, my gosh, I mean, how does prayer hurt anyone? We bring relief from those suffering. And again, none of this became an issue for anyone until I stepped into the political realm, which I think is one of the most evil battlefields I've ever seen. And I don't think people are actually used to someone telling the truth or being transparent or caring for people. I've never had to defend myself about anything I've done. I've answered questions. There's a website called victormarksfacts.com. And
That's how you know it's the truth, because he has a website he owns that where he tells people what the truth is. And would people do that? Would people really go on the internet and tell lies?
we have documentation on there. There are people who are
Okay, all right. Victor Marks Facts.com. Guys, would somebody with a website like this? Let me just check real quick.
If I were to quantify the number, I would be doing those I saved a disservice, but it's thousands.
Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Very much appreciated. At the very bottom of this here, it says paid for by Victor Marks for governor. You know, it's just a factual website made by nobody with any investment whatsoever.
The good news is that Phil Weezer is the Democratic candidate for governor and CO. While he isn't a Democratic socialist, he's between liberal/progressive and no super PAC/IPAC.
Hey,
Been a great AG
you know what?
CO.
I'll take just about any liberal better than Jared Polis. Jared Polis sucks. He's terrible. But I guess we could start with the timeline. Documents and evidence. Does Victor Marks perform exorcism over the phone and charge money? Victor Marks does not perform formal Catholic exorcisms. He's more of an informal exorcism guy.
Give us the chance and we'll save 15 billion by the end of the year. My Cajun karate has saved souls across the galaxy.
Oh God, you know, I must confess a weakness to you all. And Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. And that weakness is that if Victor Marks were to pitch like some kind of serialized adventure show, loosely adapted into a sci-fi setting of his supposed exploits, I would watch that. I would. He makes for very watchable television, but he shouldn't be he shouldn't be anywhere near an actual like office of power. You know? I just did Holly Chalmers accuse Victor Marks of human trafficking? What is this timeline? Oh, General Mike Flynn supports Victor Marks. Victor Marks was Charlie Kirk's mentor? I just guys, what the fuck?
aggressively against me, but they're funded to keep me from being in office. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, Pierce. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna do it. I think one of the biggest reasons people are trying to keep me out of office is because I'm not part of the establishment.
And because of the demons. The demons don't want me in office.
I believe part of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the great mentor because Charlie clearly never learned Cajun karate. And if he had, he'd still be with us today.
Are crazy and corrupt. And that's why I've done everything different from the beginning. And I went right to the people. And I still won't do what both sides point to, but it's for this reason. What people at home think about, is it really a level above? Yeah, it's about money and power. I've been able to see behind the veil. And
why am I in this? It's about money and power. Oh, okay. Like you are the Republican nominee. You are an establishment candidate.
and just gone, this is worse than people think. So when you have two candidates that I beat that now won't support me, and they're supposed to be Republicans, I just go, wait a minute, are you really Republicans? When I meet with Democrats,
Yes. I love this. I'm not of the establishment, but anyone who doesn't want me to be governor and who is a Republican isn't really a Republican. But I'm not establishment though. I do have the ability, not in like a Catholic way, but in a cool, informal way to excommunicate people from this political party.
who do a fundraiser going, you've got to help our state. But what we've developed is proprietary technology through a dashboard
What?
that we have imported the budget and the 900-page bill, and we can show where the waste and fraud is. And that's what people in positions of power and money and political
All the
positions.
bonkers Republican candidates would be incredible watches if they fundamentally weren't capable of sending us
Oh,
to
yeah.
apocalypse in both climate and policy.
1000%. 1000%. Like, Donald Trump is a funny guy, right? Like, he has like that weird charisma about him. And like, if he had just wanted to be like a reality TV show host for the rest of his days, he probably could have gotten away with that. But like, then he sought power and like has just been shitting everything up for the last decade, and it really soils the comedy. That being said, he was very good at Lindsey Graham's roast. Or at least Lindsey Graham's first roast, because obviously he's going to be roasting for quite some time.
Are terrified of
well,
me
you mentioned you mentioned fraud. Obviously, Bob Kirkmeyer, who was runner-up to be Republican nominee with only lost by 0.5%, he's openly criticised your character, calling you a fraud who doesn't tell the truth.
Yeah, she did, and that's okay. That's all she had. She couldn't attack my policy.
Don't worry, Spancom Cat. I'm sure he's also anti-Semitic.
Couldn't prove any allegations or lies, so it's just rhetoric that gets told again and again and again. But what's interesting is that without me fighting back smear campaigns or anything,
you guys in chat talking about if Charlie Kirk had learned Cajun karate is really cracking me up.
I just simply tell the truth, tell people what I'm going to do for them. I brought in a lieutenant governor pick who's a 30-year retired colonel, and we're going.
Why would a 30-year retired colonel be good at being an attorney general?
A lieutenant governor.
Or lieutenant governor, rather.
Pick who's a 30-year retired colonel, and we're going to take the state back for the people of Colorado. And I encourage people, go to victor2026.com to learn how we're going to take it back and what we're going to do.
If you were to win, if you were to win, Victor Marks, would you order an investigation into the murder of that homeless man? Because you would become, I believe, the first governor in the history of the United States to have murdered someone when you were 7 years old, albeit you say it was with the coercion of your abusive stepfather. But it's an extraordinary state of affairs that this is an unsolved murder of a homeless man whose body is lying under the floorboards of a property. There must be, if there was a proper investigation, a way to establish where that happened and find out who that person was. If you were governor, would you order that investigation?
That's a great question, and it's a good question for a soundbite, Piers. And
I mean, if it actually happened, the obvious answer would be yes, right? Like, why would you not want to figure out this cold case? Why would you, like, even if, like, I'm sorry, even if you're lying, why wouldn't you just say yes?
I'll tell you this. One, this isn't the state that happened in, of where I was abused. And my goal is to help children never be put in that position
Bro
of
read
being sick.
Task of Amontillado and made it his life story.
I just like, oh, well, it didn't happen in Colorado. Then, like, work with the governor of whatever state it did happen in to open the investigation.
Sexually or physically abused. And that's why we formed a task force that we've been working to protect children for years now in the U.S.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, but the task force you formed isn't the same as a task force a governor can form.
But wouldn't you feel a duty? Wouldn't you feel a duty to the family of the homeless man or whoever that victim is? You're not sure if it was a homeless man or not. I don't think you could be, given you're only 7. But do you not owe it to the family of that victim? You talk a lot about victims.
We're so close to Tommy Wiseau running for office.
We are.
That's such a funny story. Piers. Ha 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 ha.
My good friend, Piers. Hi, Johnny. We are like don't speak that into the world, Sake Tanuki, because Tommy Wiseau might genuinely do that. There's a non-zero chance that would happen.
To go and find out where that victim is still lying, where his remains are, and identify that person.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. And from my childhood till in my 50s, I lived with guilt over that.
Yeah, so maybe you should investigate what you alleged happened. Like, what? Like, this isn't, the question wasn't about you. It was about figuring out what happened to the guy you supposedly killed. Like, that's the thing that makes me doubt this story more than like anything is how this man that he supposedly killed isn't even like a person to him in any of his recounting of these events. It's just, some guy this bad thing happened to. And it's just like, okay, but like, you're alleging a murder happened. We should figure that out. What is this Cajun karate thing about? Oh, he has a black belt in Cajun karate, which is a martial art that his father developed.
And I don't appreciate you trying to put that back on me. That's every hand.
It's not putting it on you. You're running to be governor. It's a powerful political position that you could use to find out, like, who you supposedly murdered. It's an important thing.
I mean, do you have to try that as a reporter to make someone feel bad for something that happened?
It's not about your fucking feelings, man. It's about the fact that you're alleging a murder happened and you will want to be in a position of power. And it kind of seems like if you saw a murder happen, you should go and figure out what the fuck happened there. Because you owe it to someone else. Especially if you think that you, like, murdered this guy. If you're alleging you murdered this guy at the age of 7 under your stepfather's supervision, and you're like, oh, how could you ask me if I would use my power as governor to investigate and find the remains of this man so that he can be laid to rest with his family or whatever? Well, it's the fucking decent thing to do. Wouldn't you? Like, obviously you should want that. It's not about making you feel bad in this moment. It's about, if this did happen, are you at all concerned with trying to reunite the remains of this man with his family?
in the child abuse
Yeah,
days?
to be honest, yes, I do. Yeah, Victor, to be crystal clear, my job as a reporter is to report news. You want to be the governor of Colorado. You have
Yeah.
confessed that you took part in the murder of what you say was a homeless man whose body was then put under floorboards in a property in Mississippi. You say you were forced to do it by an abusive stepfather who held the gun with you.
Sir, a 7-year-old is not responsible. Look, we work with law enforcement, state, federal, and local. No one would put that on me. Listen, we
Yeah. So, but at the same time, no one's saying we have to pin a murder on you, Victor Marx. They're saying, shouldn't you be more interested in trying to figure out, like, who this guy was? Do you not feel like there is some obligation for the government to, like, solve that murder and, like, reunite those remains with their family? Like, that seems like it should be something that's important for a law and order candidate who goes on and on about how many people he's saved. Like, this isn't about trying to make you out as a murderer. It's trying, because no one would blame a 7-year-old for being coerced into pulling a trigger when their stepfather is also holding the trigger. But, like, why aren't you interested in trying to, like, get these remains home?
turned over we told the story, we told what we can. They couldn't find anything. I've done my part. My heart broke for it. I've lived with the shame.
Yeah, but the question wasn't if you've done your part up to
Law and
now.
order candidate? Gong gong.
Gong indeed. I missed my opportunity. You're right. God damn it. But Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. And the reminder that I need to be more on the ball with my. There have been so many opportunities already for that, and I did not use them. But this isn't about if you've done your part up till now. It's about if you got elected into office, a position of even more power, if you would use that power to try and figure out what happened here. Because the amount of power you can exert over law enforcement as, like, a concerned citizen is relatively small. As a U.S. governor, it's quite a bit.
Of that. And I've spent a lifetime trying to help others and prevent kids from being put back in that position of any abuse. So I think my life is redemptive. I'm sad for the evil. And the man who made me do that went to prison. And I was actually...
Where does he think the body went? He believes it is buried under the floorboards of a cabin in Mississippi.
I encourage people to watch my story on YouTube, the Victor Marx story. If you want to know the truth,
is he still alive, Victor? Is your stepfather still alive?
He's not.
When did he die?
He died a number of years ago, and after he got out of prison. And what I'm grateful for is the power of God to enable me to forgive him for the abuse that he did. And I was at his deathbed in the hospital and was able to forgive him. And that's one thing I want to tell folks. If you were a victim, the shame is not yours, just like you were trying to put on me. And it's
asking you if you would use your power as governor to find the remains of a missing persons who you allege to have witnessed die is not putting guilt on you. It's a pretty valid question.
We live in a timeline where Victor Marx and Nigel Farage are less serious candidates than Count Binface.
It's true. I wish I'm still a little sad that Count Binface didn't oust Nigel Farage, but you know, we can't have good things unless we get organized. Join your local Dems, join your local DSA, folks.
Important for people to forgive, to give up your right to hurt someone back. Go for justice, but forgive people who abuse you, or else your heart gets hardened. And that's what my story is about. It's overcoming the evil, because the Bible says what Satan meant for evil, God can return and redeem for good. And those watching, I hope you're never afraid to tell your story, to put down. I hope you're never afraid to be willing to step into leadership to help others. I wasn't. I'll never be stopped. The people will decide November, and they've already decided.
Yeah, exactly, Liz Galahad. Like, what about the homeless man? Like, what about his family? Like, no thought whatsoever to these other people here he's alleging played integral roles in this tale.
June 30th, which is why I won the primary. And I'll keep pressing again for affordability, for safety, and for accountability in a corrupt government here in the state of Colorado that proves it doesn't care about its people like it says.
Yeah, I mean, all I would say in response to the incident in which a homeless man was murdered is that there's a victim there too, and that is an unsolved murder. And I'm not shaming you. I'm not shaming you. You've explained that
Might
you
be
were
a Cajun take, but you don't actually have to forgive your abuser.
I mean, that's also the thing. You are under no obligation to forgive the people who abused you. None whatsoever.
holding the gun because your abusive stepfather was holding it too and made you do it. And it's not for me to say whether that's true or not. I'm not shaming you for the murder. If you say you were 7 and coerced into doing it, I understand what you're saying. But I also understand that an innocent man was murdered. And that crime has never been solved. And you're big on victims and big on accountability, but no one's been made accountable for that murder. No one has found the body. There must be a property somewhere that has that body under the floorboards. And I think it would be your duty, honestly, if you become governor, to order a proper investigation so that people in your state can actually understand the truth and understand what happened and work out who this person was and what happened to him. I think that would be a good thing to do for his family, because he also was obviously a victim. He got killed.
Yeah, completely. I will say this. He was there to abuse me. He was there to abuse me.
What?
That's in my story. And he changed his mind. And I didn't wait till I was governor in order to try to seek justice. I went to authorities to try to find out and help them find out.
Yeah, but as governor, you would have more power. But also, you should still want to find out who this guy was. Because again, if he's an abusive guy who abused other people, finding his remains and piecing together this story in a more full fashion would, of course, be a service to any other people that man that you allegedly killed may have victimized as well. Like, but also, man, this is getting convoluted.
Who this was because of the guilt and shame I lived with as a child, all the way to adult. So you're talking to one person that doesn't hide facts, that doesn't. I've had a life of overcoming, and justice matters. So I'm glad you said you're not trying to shame me as a kid who was forced to do something that was horrific.
Yeah, no one's trying to do that, man. But like, still kind of seems like when asked, would you use your power as governor to try and solve this case? You didn't have to go on like a 10-minute long tangent about this. You could have just said yes.
And 123 visits to a trauma specialist prove that.
I'm not, but Victor, just to be clear, I would like justice for that homeless man who was brutally murdered.
I would too.
And I think that you should want the same.
And I want to protect children so that they don't have to be abused. That's what I've been doing with my life. So I hope law enforcement.
No, I understand that, but I understand that, but Victor,
is no match for my Cajun karate.
I am waiting for that to come up. Like, there's no way this guy is not anti-Semitic as hell. There's just no way. Also, I did want to bring
Victor Marks, thank you for your time.
I did want to bring this up. Let me pull it up here real quick. Here we go. You guys ready for this? I'm pulling out the big gun clip from Kyle Clark, baby.
thing. So I'm just asking you, how many people have you killed?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be telling a reporter sitting here in my training center.
How about voters? Would you tell voters?
There's no need. I don't think that's important. It's actually kind of, it's an odd question to me.
It's funny, you describe it as an odd question because you actually talk about the idea of killing people with some frequency, and why it's a necessary thing to do, killing people. You said on NRA TV in 2017, now a lot of them just got to be killed. I've had them shoot at me and I had to shoot back. There's a time and place to eliminate the enemy, and you have to. You said on Jeff Lerner's podcast in 2025, some people have to get killed. Some people have to die. But it's an odd question to ask you how many people you've killed.
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
You claim that you once called in a U.S. military airstrike that killed 70 ISIS fighters. I didn't realize that civilians could essentially facilitate military airstrikes. Could you walk me through how that worked?
No.
This man cares a lot about facts. He cares a lot about facts and evidence. Why would anyone care how many men I've killed? Seems like a pretty reasonable question under these circumstances. Oh, he's very anti-Semitic? Holy shit. His campaign is using AI-generated material to depict his Jewish opponent as the great Satan looming over Colorado. Holy shit. Colorado needs strength. Colorado needs faith. Holy shit. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Yep. That's some anti-Semitism right there.
Only one person was.
Look, it is a shame that we are probably never going to get a Borat 3 because holy moly, the election cycle for these midterms. We need a Borat-like moron to interview these conservatives.
Murdered that day, and it wasn't you. So the real victim of that incident was the person that was murdered.
Sir,
I'm not
part of
saying
my
you weren't a
soul
victim.
died that
I'm just
day.
saying the real.
Part of my soul died that day,
Yeah, but
and I've lived with it a lifetime.
Yeah, but he actually.
And I told
I
law
understand, but he
enforcement,
actually died that day.
and I hope
and we don't
they
know who
could
it was or
find
why he had to
something.
die.
Well, I appreciate your heart.
I
do you
do
care
too.
for children?
Victor Marks, I appreciate you joining
care
us.
for kids? Do you care for kids who are abused?
I do, absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
I absolutely
glad
do.
to hear
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Victor, I thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Wow. Oh, some additional details about this this guy, and you know what? Just in case you're like, well, maybe Victor Marks didn't know about this. Oh, hey, there he is, Sean. That's exactly the point. We got one shot. If cool stuff. Anyway, Phil Weiser. His mother was born in a Nazi concentration camp. Just as an FYI. Holy moly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this story, by the way, we covered this last time we talked about Victor Marks. This story is about his father, Carl William Marks Sr. Born again Cajun cooks up Christian karate. After years of punching people, pimping prostitutes, and pushing his weight around Louisiana, gumbo gangster and bust-em-up bouncer Carl William Marks Sr. one day saw the light. Finally freed from a Cajun prison built of ego and pride, Marx stopped sinning, but he kept fighting. Only this time he was punching for the Lord. Teaching people the homemade brand of Cajun karate he cooked up and peppered with ample helpings of loving self-defense. Nowadays, Marx is saddened by stories of drive-bys and random shootings where innocent people regularly die. That's why, unlike the founder of godless Marxism, with whom he shares a name, and maybe even a distant family connection, Marx vows to spread the word of the Lord everywhere he goes. The best way he knows. Through a brand of 100% American Christian karate he founded that might cause some Christians to cringe. In Marx's good book, breaking noses for Jesus does not violate any of the 10 Commandments. Bad boys beware. Oh, God. God, I thought his dad founded Cajun karate. Yeah, his dad is Carl William Marx Sr. That's his dad. Oh, fuck. That's really funny. He'll literally chop the hell out of you. Ugh. Alright. Anyway, that's another insane Victor Marx interview. We got no further clarification on literally anything else, and yeah, we are no deeper in our understanding of this man than the first time we laid eyes on him. And you know,
He's like a real-life Bible man.
well, Bible Man practiced Cajun karate. Many people don't know this. He was breaking noses and, you know, hearts for the Lord. I just Colorado, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, all that being said, folks, if you got anything out of this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do consider dropping those subs and donos because you guys make this show possible. Couldn't do it without your financial support. And also, folks, go check out your local Dems. Go check out your local DSA. If you need help, join our Discord. Reach out to GamerG for help with DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes. Tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks. It is comfortable, sexy, non-tucking lingerie. Go check it out. ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the description. Let's keep on going. And for those of you who've stuck around, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do drop those subs and donos because you guys do genuinely keep this show afloat. We don't got any big fancy schmancy sponsors. We just got you guys. So, toss a coin to your streamer, oh viewers of plenty. Click the goddamn button.
Go, go, go. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the goddamn button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the button. Click the
what are we doing in Minnesota? I'll tell you. We did not let the pillow guy win his primary. Consider the goddamn butt clicked? Hell yeah.
Victor Marks, because Lauren Boebert was far from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, we all thought Lauren Boebert was bottom of the barrel, but goddamn, we are doing our best to dig ever deeper. American innovation. How deep does this pick go? All right. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. And also just want to throw out there, folks, we are sitting at 127. Let's go. And I do want to say, just in the spirit of me introducing different cool things that I like to y'all, there's a really cool fan game that just became available for download today called Mega Man X Regenesis, and I thought I'd show you guys the trailer for it because it's neat and I like it. And it's out now! Let's go! Very cool. Anyway, here's the link for this trailer. I'm sure you can use it to find a download link if you are so inclined. You can take the gamer out of the industry. I don't know. I'm still industry adjacent. I do still get offers to like review games or like cover them on the show. But like I'd rather just like play the ones that I am able to and like want to. My time is limited. Tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Happy Zephyr. I will say, life gets way better in your 30s than in your 20s. Your 20s, you're like figuring out shit. Your 30s, you're still figuring out shit, but like you got a little bit more of it together, you know? I am 100% going to stream Mega Man X Regenesis. Hell yeah. Also, I saw in chat it was Catabingo Rising Revengeance's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Catabingo Rising Revengeance. Happy birthday to you and many more. Here we go. I thought Cajun karate was just bullshit, but I just learned it's a real thing. I mean, real thing is a bit of a stretch. Also, in your 30s, you get fantastic titties. That's true. That is true. Folks, appreciate all y'all. And I'm thinking, let's see. All right. Let's do Iran. Then we'll talk about Oliver Larkin. We'll round it out with some Andrew Cuomo. Just this two. Here we go. Cool. All right. Let's do this. Oh, hell yeah. Vampire Killer. Very cool. All right. Folks, we got to go through with this. Let's do this. I'm a little frazzled. We got this. So, folks, the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the United States and Iran has expired. And in the process of expiring, Donald Trump has